Is it the will or the intellect which is fundamental to the universe and life? This has been a perennial question in philosophy. As such, there are two major schools in philosophy: rationalism and voluntarism, which is also called irrationalism, vitalism, and intuitionism. According to rationalism, the world exhibits a logical structure which can only be discerned by rigorous analysis or cogent reasoning. Being a microcosm of the world, man is also rational. In resolving a conflict, reason is and should be the ultimate court of appeal. Reason is also the basis of morality. An action is good or bad, right or wrong, if it is actuated by rational considerations. Rational self interest, therefore, is the only reliable guide to action. Voluntarism pulls down reason from its goddess like status. It ennobles will, sentiments, intuition, or faith. Intuition is the key to unraveling the mysteries of the universe and resolving the riddles of life. In place of the critical, rational, and the systematic, voluntarism poised the creative, the intuitive, and the visionary. In one sweep, the will can accomplish what intellect fails to do despite years of sweat and labor. Intuition or faith, with one stroke, grasps the underlying significance of things. You are watching Wisdom of Life. Rationalism and voluntarism have significant socio-political implications. In politics, rationalism appeals to common principles and programs, whereas voluntarism appeals to shared sentiments such as hatred and fear. In the words of Adolf Hitler, all programs are vain. The decisive thing is the human will, sound vision, manly courage, sincerity of faith, the inner will. These are the decisive things. Rationalism puts its trust in natural or fundamental rights, rule of law, incremental change, institution building, and above all, democracy. Voluntarism upends this world of harmony and freedom. Democracy is regarded as a sign of decay and decadence, of senility and stupor. Notions of fundamental rights and equality are deemed essentially destructive. The prime political virtue for the people is not freedom but loyalty. The principal qualification for the leader is not common sense but charisma. Rules and regulations, procedures and precedents only obstruct the leader's will. Therefore, they must be set aside when needed. Debates and arguments are only wit and gossip. It is the iron will that matters. Rationalism produces reformers. Voluntarism breeds revolutionaries. For rationalists, capital instrument of change is political parties and their ideologies. Leaders come and go. Voluntarism looks to men and women of destiny to steer the ship of society. In literature, rationalism makes for classicism, while voluntarism produces romantics. Both rationalism and voluntarism have produced great thinkers. Great rationalist thinkers include Socrates, Plato, Confucius, Descartes, Leibniz, and Hegel, while great voluntarists include Pythagoras, Epictetus, Lao Tse, Schopenhauer, Nietzsche, and William James. Now, what are our conclusions? It cannot be denied that man is not completely rational. Irrational behavior is too strong and too rampant to be ignored. If man were rational, persuasive advertising will make no sense. That is the reason psychologists use the term bounded rationality, which means that man has only limited rationality. At best, only a small minority decides logically. Most of us, most of the time, first make a decision and then look for reasons to support it. Decisions are generally dictated by our desires or fears. The most effective way to convince someone is to appeal to their interests or emotions. The greatest deeds in history have been done out of passions, not reason. These include, for example, the Battle of Karbala in the 7th century Arabia, in which Hussein bin Ali and his 72 companions valiantly fought an army of more than 30,000. The 47 Ronin, who were a group of samurai who avenged their master's killing in the 18th century Japan. Gandhi's 1930 Salt March, which was non-violent civil disobedience in British colonial India. And Nelson Mandela's long campaign against apartheid in South Africa. This is because great deeds require impeccable commitment, and no commitment is possible without strong passions. As philosopher David Hume once remarked, reason is and ought to be a servant of passions. Religion, too, is essentially a passionate response to the universe and man's predicament in it. But passions are a double-edged sword. Lust for power has been the principal driver of wars. In theory, emotions must be reined in by reason. But in practice, only a stronger emotion can tame another emotion. I trust you like this video. If that is the case, please subscribe to my channel Wisdom of Life. Thanks for watching.